Hey, Mike with Nerd Problems Gaming here, and today's video I'll be covering 10 must-buy Black Friday video game deals at Best Buy, so let's get into it. Now the first game on today's list is Balatro. Now Balatro is a roguelike poker-themed deck building game with some addictive gameplay, and you'll be trying to beat various poker blinds by playing the most valuable poker hands, and you'll need to strategically build your deck to maximize your results with the best poker hands available. And so throughout the game, you'll start off with your basic 52 card deck, and you'll score points based on the value of the poker hand. And over time, you'll unlock new Joker cards, which will unlock new powers to allow you to score more valuable points and unique combinations to rack up a higher score. You'll also be able to buy different booster packs, which can unlock more card types, new jokers, and special arcana cards that can alter your deck, like adding multiplier scores to cards, turning cards to gold, changing card suit types, and much more. And over time, you'll eventually need to strategically build your deck and acquire cards in hopes of beating the eventual big blind bets. There's multiple different deck types to choose from and unlock, each with their own unique play style. There's also many different challenges to overcome, limiting your card use, removing rewards from play, and much more. The game is incredibly addictive. It's one of my favorite games of the year, and if you haven't played this one yet, it's a must-buy. The next game is Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2. Now this is an intense third-person shooter hack and slash game set in the Warhammer universe, and it really feels like a combination of Doom and World War Z. And so you'll play as a band of space marines as you hack and slash and shoot your way through a massive horde of aliens that are threatening to take over the world and universe. And you must combine forces together to stop this evil threat. And the story has a lot of twists and turns with it as well. Now combat is really intense, and you have a combination of abilities like combo attacks, dodges, parrying, as well as a variety of weapon types you can use, like handguns, machine guns, frag grenades, and much more. You'll really need to master these combat abilities if you hope to take down the oncoming hordes of enemies and even more challenging foes you'll face along the way. It also features online co-op mode, which is a lot of fun to play the game with friends. And I think if you like intense third-person hack and slash shooter games, this one's a must-play as well. The next game is Hogwarts Legacy. Now, Hogwarts Legacy is an open-world action RPG set in the Harry Potter Wizarding World universe. And you'll play as a new fifth-year student at Hogwarts with a special magical power, and you'll need to unravel its mystery as the story unfolds. And so it really puts you in the world of Harry Potter, and you'll be able to do all the things you remember from the books and the movies, like take classes, choose your house, master different spells, and explore the vast wizarding world. And this is a ton of fun and really brings the world to life, getting to visit these locations from the movies and the books. And it's set in a different time period than the Harry Potter series, and so it's cool to see this sort of prequel world and how some of these events impact the future world of Harry Potter. There's a vast world to explore and a ton of fun activities to take on, challenging dungeons and puzzles, engaging combat, and even broom races, to name a few. If you like action RPGs and are a fan of the Harry Potter universe, I would definitely recommend this game as well. The next game is Sonic X Shadow Generations. Now this is a fun entry in the Sonic universe, and it's really a 2D meets 3D Sonic game that combines a remake of the Sonic Generations game with a new campaign featuring Shadow the Hedgehog. And so you'll encounter fast-paced Sonic action that mixes some reimagined versions from the classic games for both Sonic as well as Shadow. And so it includes the original game, as I mentioned, but a full-on brand new campaign centered around Shadow and his backstory and adventures throughout the years. And when you play as Shadow, you'll have some new movesets and abilities in addition to the new campaign. I think if you're a fan of classic Sonic games or the newer 3D games, you'll really enjoy this game, and I definitely recommend it. The next game is the Silent Hill 2 remake. And so this is a remake of the original classic survival horror games, and you'll play as James Sunderland as he explores a monster-filled town, Silent Hill, in search of his deceased wife. And so there's a lot of twists and turns throughout the story, so I won't go much more deeper than that. And the game itself is more than just a one-to-one remake, and is more so an expansion of the original game, and it features enhanced graphics as well as additional puzzles and much more. It also swaps the original tank controls and more bird's eye view feel of the game to a more third-person, over-the-shoulder, more modern control scheme, and I like this a lot more as I think it really ups the intensity compared to the classic original version of the game. It also has some pretty intense combat where you'll be using melee weapons as well as ranged weapons. And so I think if you're looking for a new survival horror game, this is one of the best in recent years and is definitely a must play. The next game is God of War Ragnarok. And this game is an open world-like action adventure game that follows the story of Kratos and his son, and it takes place a few years after the events of the previous God of War game and follows Kratos and his son on a journey to stop the world's destruction from Ragnarok. And so throughout the game, there's definitely some RPG elements as well, and you'll gain experience as you defeat enemies, and you'll be able to use this towards expanding your skill tree, which can unlock new movesets for your characters and power up abilities related to the various weapon types that you find throughout the game. It features challenging enemy encounters and a much more expanded roster of enemy types compared to the first game. It has even more challenging and intense boss fights, a very in-depth and emotional story, and if you like action-adventure games, this is a must-play as well. The next game is Ghost of Tsushima, and this game is another open-world action RPG that's set in feudal Japan, and you'll play as a samurai as he tries to stop the incoming Mongol invasion and protect his homeland. Now, where this game really shines is its combat. And it combines some stealth elements along with hack and slash action, but also throws in some strategic swordplay elements if you hope to survive. There's a variety of skill trees to unlock as you progress, improving your abilities throughout the game. And it can be quite challenging, and you'll probably feel like there's a steep learning curve in the beginning of the game, but once you really start to master the gameplay elements, it becomes incredibly satisfying and rewarding as you progress throughout the game. If you like action RPGs, this is another must-buy as well. The next game is The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. And so this game is a sequel to the Breath of the Wild and takes place a few years after the events of that game, and it features open-world action-adventure gameplay with a robust crafting and puzzle-solving element as well. And so early in the game, you'll earn some unique powers that allow you to combine and craft items that lead to a whole world of almost unlimited possibilities and really put the adventure in your hands. It almost feels like they combined a Minecraft type element with The Legend of Zelda. And so throughout the game, you'll go through many different dungeons and need to solve a variety of puzzles. But with this unique crafting and fusion element, you'll have almost unlimited choices on how you want to clear the different dungeons and puzzles. And you'll need to really master these abilities as you hope to stop the spread of a poisonous muck called the gloop that's cursing the land. It has really addictive gameplay and a unique fun world to explore, and if you haven't played this game yet, I definitely recommend it as well. The next game is Marvel's Spider-Man 2, and this is an open world action RPG that continues the story of Spider-Man and Miles Morales as they encounter some new villain threats of Kraven the Hunter and Venom. The combat is incredibly fast-paced, and you'll be able to learn new abilities as you progress throughout the game, and they're really suited towards your characters as individuals, but also together as a team. And so Spider-Man will unlock more abilities related to his Iron Spider suit, and Miles really focuses more on his electric and stealth abilities. And they also have skill trees related to abilities they both share, and you even have the ability to unlock new gadgets and power things up like your web shooter and much more. There's plenty of little side quests and challenges throughout the game, and these can unlock new suits for your characters as well as additional backstory. I really enjoyed the story of this game, and the gameplay is incredibly addictive. And so if you enjoy the Spider-Man series, and action RPGs, this game's a must-play as well. The final game on today's list is Astro Bot. Now this is a PlayStation-themed action platformer similar to the 3D Mario games. And you'll go on a massive planet-hopping adventure aboard your PS5 mothership as you try to rescue your lost robot buddies. The game has incredibly tight and responsive controls, and you'll be able to use those on a variety of unique planets that each have their own different themes and often even unique gameplay elements. It has a jetpack feature that feels very similar to Super Mario Sunshine, and this is another cool platforming addition to the series as well. Throughout the game, you'll acquire many unique powers that unlock new abilities, such as boxing glove powers, shrinking abilities, and much more. I think if you like 3D action platformers or are looking for a fun, family-friendly game, this one's a must-play as well. But again, that wraps up our video on 10 more great games worth buying in this latest Black Friday sale at Best Buy. And let us know in the comments below if you plan on picking any of these games up or if you've played them before. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you like this video, be sure to hit that like button as it really helps out the channel. And another really cool way you can help support the channel is we actually partnered with a game store, Nutmeg Games. So if you like Pokemon cards, board games, Magic cards, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and more, you can head to nutmeggames.com/nerdproblemsgaming or use our promo code NERDPROBLEMSGAMING at checkout. You'll get 10% off your order and help support the channel at the same time. So if you want to take advantage of that great discount, be sure to head there as well. And if you like videos like this on video games, board games, and everything nerdy, check out one of our other videos here. And if you haven't done so yet, be sure to subscribe and turn on the bell notifications to get the latest updates of new nerd videos we put out. But once again, thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you more soon.